Action movies have long been a staple of cinema, thrilling audiences with their adrenaline-pumping sequences and larger-than-life characters. Introduction to action movies by decade serves as a foundational exploration into how the genre has evolved over time, reflecting changes in technology, culture, and societal values. This concept introduces the idea that, by examining action movies through the lens of each decade, we can uncover patterns and shifts in filmmaking techniques, narrative styles, and thematic concerns. The significance of analyzing action movies by decade lies in its ability to reveal how societal changes and technological advancements have shaped the genre. For instance, the 1980s saw the rise of blockbuster action films characterized by big budgets, special effects, and iconic action heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Movies like Die Hard, 1988, and Terminator, 1984, not only defined the era, but also set a precedent for high-octane storytelling that continues to influence the genre today. Conversely, the 2000s introduced a grittier realism with films such as The Bourne Identity, 2002, which emphasized intense choreography and practical effects over CGI, reflecting a shift towards more grounded, character-driven narratives. From a critical perspective, many film scholars argue that the evolution of action movies provides insight into broader cultural trends. For example, the shift from Cold War-themed narratives in the 80s to the more terrorism-focused plots of the 2000s mirrors geopolitical tensions of those times. However, some critics contend that the genre often perpetuates stereotypes or glorifies violence, sparking debates about its impact on audiences. Challenges in this area often involve balancing the spectacle of action with meaningful storytelling. As technology advances, there's a tendency for filmmakers to prioritize visual effects over character development, which can lead to formulaic storytelling. Moreover, while action movies predominantly feature male protagonists, there's been growing discourse around the need for more diverse and nuanced representations in the genre. This introduction connects to other aspects of the topic by providing a historical framework that contextualizes current trends and future directions in action cinema. Understanding the evolution of action movies by decade not only enriches our appreciation for the genre, but also informs how filmmakers might innovate moving forward. By tracing its past, we gain insights into how action movies will continue to captivate audiences and reflect the ever-changing landscape of the world around us. The rise of action films in the 1970s marks a pivotal era in cinematic history, establishing a genre that would become a cornerstone of popular film culture. This decade saw action films evolve from merely thrilling narratives to sophisticated spectacles that captivated audiences worldwide. The 1970s characterized this transformation with the incorporation of innovative storytelling techniques, groundbreaking special effects, and a focus on charismatic lead characters. These films not only entertained, but also addressed contemporary socio-political issues, reflecting the anxiety and aspirations of a rapidly changing world. The significance of this period in relation to the main topic, action movies by decade, lies in its role as a foundation for the modern action genre. The 1970s set the stage for later innovations by experimenting with pacing, character development, and production technology. This era's influence is evident in the transition from slower, dialogue-driven films to kinetic, visually dynamic spectacles that would define the action films of subsequent decades. Two notable examples include Dirty Harry, 1971, and Enter the Dragon, 1973. Dirty Harry, starring Clint Eastwood, epitomized the gritty anti-hero archetype, challenging the conventional morality found in earlier films. It introduced audiences to a more visceral and cynical cinematic experience. Enter the Dragon, featuring Bruce Lee, was instrumental in popularizing martial arts in Western cinema, showcasing dynamic choreography and cross-cultural appeal. These films not only entertained, but also expanded the boundaries of what action films could achieve in terms of narrative and cultural influence. Opinions supporting this rise often highlight the way these films resonated with audiences during a time of social upheaval and change. The action genre offered an escapist fantasy while simultaneously engaging with real-world issues such as crime, war, and personal freedom. However, challenges and controversies arose, particularly concerning the portrayal of violence and its potential social impact. Critics argued that the heightened realism of violence could desensitize viewers or glamorize aggressive behavior. Additionally, the industry's focus on male-dominated narratives often sidelined diverse perspectives, a point that continues to spark debate. The rise of action films in the 1970s significantly influenced other aspects of the genre, including the evolution of action sequences, character complexity, and the integration of cultural themes, paving the way for the blockbuster spectacles of the 1980s and beyond. This era's legacy is a testament to its enduring impact on the action genre, setting a standard for creativity and innovation that continues to inspire filmmakers today. The 1980s marked a pivotal evolution in action cinema, characterized by explosive set pieces, larger-than-life heroes, and a distinctive blend of action and spectacle. This era saw the rise of the modern action film as we know it, where the focus shifted towards high-octane sequences and charismatic protagonists. The decade's films were defined by their relentless pace, innovative special effects, and a new breed of action stars who captivated audiences worldwide. The significance of the 1980s in the context of action movies lies in its transformative impact on the genre. It established a formula that continues to influence action filmmaking today, with its emphasis on individual heroism, high-stakes narratives, and the integration of advanced technology in filmmaking. This period also saw action films become a global phenomenon, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers through their universal appeal. Two standout examples from this era are Die Hard, 1988, and First Blood, 1982. Die Hard redefined the genre with its innovative approach to the action narrative, featuring Bruce Willis as the everyman hero John McClane. The film's blend of humor, suspense, and relentless action set a new standard for action movies. First Blood, starring Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo, introduced a complex protagonist who combined brute force with emotional depth, reflecting societal tensions and the impact of war on individuals. Supporters of 1980s action cinema often praise its creativity and the unforgettable characters it introduced. The decade's films are celebrated for their groundbreaking stunts, memorable one-liners, and the emergence of iconic action stars. These elements helped cement the 1980s as a golden era for the genre, creating a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with audiences. However, this period was not without its challenges and controversies. Critics often pointed out the glorification of violence and the simplistic portrayal of good versus evil, which sometimes overshadowed nuanced storytelling. Additionally, the era's focus on muscular heroes and explosive action raised concerns about the lack of diversity and representation in leading roles. The evolution of action cinema in the 1980s is intrinsically linked to subsequent developments in the genre. It paved the way for more complex narratives and character-driven stories in the 1990s and beyond. The technological advancements initiated during this time laid the groundwork for the digital effects that would transform action filmmaking in later decades. Ultimately, the 1980s set a benchmark that continues to influence and inspire the action cinema landscape of today. The 1990s marked a turning point in the evolution of action movies, characterized by blockbuster hits and significant technological advancements. This decade was defined by high-budget productions that embraced new technologies, setting a new standard for entertainment and influencing the action genre profoundly. During this era, the convergence of big budgets and cutting-edge technology allowed filmmakers to push boundaries, creating more immersive experiences for audiences. The significance of this period lies in how it reshaped audience expectations and set a benchmark for future action films. It was when action movies transitioned from being primarily focused on physical stunts and practical effects to incorporating digital effects and computer-generated imagery, CGI. This transformation allowed for more spectacular and imaginative visuals, opening up new creative possibilities for directors and screenwriters. Two standout examples from the 1990s exemplify these changes. First, James Cameron's Terminator 2: Judgment Day, 1991, showcased groundbreaking CGI with its T-1000 liquid metal antagonist, setting new visual effects standards. Similarly, The Matrix, 1999, directed by the Wachowskis, revolutionized action filmmaking with its innovative use of bullet-time effects and complex fight choreography, achieved through advanced visual techniques and wire-few martial arts. Supporters of this technological shift argue that these advancements brought a fresh and exhilarating dimension to action films, enhancing storytelling possibilities and attracting wider audiences. The combination of visual spectacle and engaging narratives created a cinematic experience that drew viewers in and ensured the genre's ongoing popularity. However, some critics contend that this reliance on technology can overshadow essential elements like character development and storytelling. There's a concern that excessive CGI and spectacle might lead to a formulaic approach, where action sequences take precedence over plot depth and originality. Another viewpoint is that while these developments were beneficial for big-budget productions, they may have sidelined smaller, more traditional action films lacking the resources to compete on a technological level. The technological advancements in 1990s action movies also influenced other genres, as filmmakers across the board began to adopt these new tools, leading to more dynamic and visually compelling storytelling. This period laid the groundwork for the future of cinema, integrating digital technology into the fabric of filmmaking and creating a new paradigm that continues to shape the industry today. As a result, the legacy of 1990s action films extends beyond their own genre, leaving an indelible mark on global cinematic trends and audience expectations.